Hey guys, it's been a while since I posted a new video. I think it's been about 3 or 4 months. But back in November 27, 2018, I issued a newsletter update telling everyone how my portfolio was doing. We were still going through that correction of late last year, 2018, and I wanted to issue this video update, but I didn't get around to doing it. But please do subscribe to my newsletter and you'll get all my updates there. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be doing more regular updates. But I call this video update Crash. And just picture yourself listening to it in November 27th. I still think there's some good lessons to be learned here. It's about surviving a correction and really when everything just looks like it's going to crap. Knowing what to do in your portfolio and in the stock market. So here we go. I wrote this November 27th. I'll get into it now. It's interesting how quickly market sentiment can turn. We've gone from hot to cold seemingly overnight. My stock portfolio has dropped in value and I'm sure yours has too. Currently there's lots of pessimism in stock markets around the world, in Canada, the US, Europe, India, China, and pretty much everywhere else. We're in the midst of a correction with 10% plus declines from highs among the S&P 500, Dow Jones, TSX Composite, and other indexes. My Facebook group, YouTube channel, and other platforms' activities has gone down. All I can hear are crickets. Some say that this is the start of a long bear market and that declines will continue from here. Quote, so you should sell all of your stocks, end quote. Rising rates, punishing trade wars, and ballooning debt loads are among the worries. Plus, we're around 10 years into what many so-called experts call a prolonged bull market. The worries are warranted and should not be completely discounted. It can be scary. My mother even texted me last week, I remember this is back in November, asking, what is going on with my investment account? It keeps on going down. Don't worry, Mom. Times like these excite me. Let me explain. I've never regretted pumping more money into stocks when the broad market was in decline and sentiment was gloomy as it was back in November, December 2018. During the decline, it's scary and feels downright stupid to invest more into my existing holdings, but in hindsight, it's always been the right decision. I've never called the exact bottoms, and if I did, I would be on a beach somewhere. But this is how you build wealth in the stock market. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Over the past couple of days, I pored over the last quarterly reports of my existing stock holdings and added money to the companies that posted solid results with unchanged guidance, but still suffered a 10% to 40% drop in their stock prices. In the future, I'll know whether I made the right decision. And if the market declines further from here, which it did in December, I'll look to add more capital. It's impossible to time the market. That's what I've accepted. I don't know where the market is going in the short term, but I do know that it's going up in the long term. I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. Not all of my stock picks will be winners, and that's okay. You might be at that point too where you don't know where the market is heading from here, and you may have been there again in November, December last year, but now when I'm talking, it's February 27th, 2019. Now back then you could have been contemplating whether or not you should be adding more money to your existing stocks and wondering if there's other discounted opportunities out there. If you've picked up my new book, it's called Capital Compounders. You can flip to chapter 20 in that book. Email me if you want a free copy of the ebook. But chapter 20 has my universe of growth stocks, and you can get some ideas there that you can conduct more research on. I really wish you well. I think we've gotten out of that correction now that it's February 2019. But overall, like, investing can be tough. I've been doing this for close to 15 years now. I've been through many market cycles, but I still get questions from people who have been in the market maybe 1 to 3 years. When a correction does come, it's hey Robin, should I sell all my stocks? Is this the time to sell? And I always tell them, no, this is the time to buy. When you're scared, and when everyone else is selling, you should be buying. The more years you're in the stock market, honestly, the more desensitized you become to the declines, and the more aware you are about the ability to compound wealth faster if you do stay invested and buying more at depressed levels. Most people understand this truth, especially the older readers, but while there's lots of smart people out there, from doctors to lawyers, not everyone can stomach the market, and most people just want to become a gazillionaire overnight. That's definitely not going to happen. From my experience, I've noticed that some people dip their toes into the stock market and then quickly jump out. Others are perpetually scared and will never really try to swim. They never do put any money in the stock market. That's why someone new to investing asks me, what do I do in the beginning? How do I start investing, Robin? And my answer to all these, budding do-it-yourself investors is lose money early and develop thick skin, as thick as you can. And usually people think I'm crazy, that's the best lesson I can give them. But it's the best lesson because it's one that I cannot teach them. You need to experience losing money early on, and that will really help build discipline in you, and what works for you, what stocks you want to own. And if you do your research on businesses, you will stick through them if you've done enough research on the businesses. And market volatility, stock prices going up and down in company A won't mean anything to you if you really believe in the business. After one loses money and then later develops their own investment strategy, including what stocks to buy in their universe, making money in the market does become easier. But again, it's never easy, because if it was easy, everybody would be rich. So to close out here, guys, just continually plant new seeds, and water the trees. Invest for the long run, and you will build wealth. Anyways, regards and happy investing. I've been back after quite a little break there, 3 to 4 months. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any new videos in the future. Talk soon.